If there is something in life that makes me happy, man oh man oh man, it is the chart of ETH. It is absolute perfection. Perfection. I love it. Mwah, mwah, mwah. What a absolute beauty. This is Ethereum on the daily. And when we left the chart, it was somewhere here-ish, and I told you that I'm looking out for a breakout. This is the measured move. That is a white line that you can see here. I said taking out the liquidity at and around this top, shy of $3,400, $3,397. That was the top, and then you can see it went slightly higher, and now we are finally coming down. Absolute beauty. Matter of fact, if you do not believe me, I made a video 3 weeks ago and said Ethereum breakout to 3,400. That was 3 weeks ago. That was way back when we were here, and I called it. It is absolutely beautiful, just in one straight line up. Also, I've told you already many times, I said I'm extremely bullish on ETH because it is lagging so much compared to BTC, so I think it has a lot of catch up to do, and I think the all-time high was somewhere at and around $5,000 is, so there's still so much to go. This is just the beginning, but the first target played out so nicely, and it was a huge move up of 40%. I have been printing money on this thing. Absolute beautiful. I'm so happy with this. Of course, in this episode we are going to look at what are then now possible trades to take. I would love to see a little bit of a cool down, but I think we will not get a whole lot. The first few important levels that I'm going to mark out is this value area low, and I'm going to make it blue and a little bit fat so that you guys can see it, because we pretty much have two ranges, right? You have this upper range right here where we're in for a pretty long time. Then eventually we broke lower, and then you have this range right here, and now we're kind of just leaving the bottom range and we're finding acceptance in this top range. Yes, you could also eventually extend this. It then becomes a little bit messy. For now I'm just keeping the way it is because there's a lot of volume here underneath. I'm just keeping the way it is, just so that you have a bit of a clear idea of what I'm looking at least for the intermediate short term. So a back test here would be nice. Also, what I'm right away noticing, of course, are these lows right here, and we have broken out, but we have not retested them yet. Actually, maybe you should put this a little bit higher ish around here. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so for me the most important levels, and also let me quickly put in a fib retracement like that, and actually I also want to have the 0.5 in there. What would be very nice for ETH is that if we would go lower now to cool off a little bit, and then maybe backtesting that value area low of that area that I just marked. This is the line that I just put in, hitting that, or 0.5-ish, or that box that I drew in. So really see that as an area, because those were then earlier the lows. So it would be nice if we now go lower, retest that area a little bit. That will be quite the dump, by the way. That will be around, depending where we end, could be 10-11% from here, but could also be worst case almost 15%. It will be a screaming buy for me. This is the most perfect scenario. Yes, of course I will be again aiming then for this high that we just created, but to be honest with you guys, I'm just actually going to hold most of it to get all of these highs out, because as I also said in that video that I made 3 weeks ago, said this is just pure liquidity, and of course now there are also shorts above this level, so this is then going to be a pretty quick squeeze to the upside. But well, after 40% move up, everything is pretty much overbought, and then of course eventually we have the all-time high, so I'm staying a little bit cautious, but at least for now, to get into a long. But of course I am aiming for much higher targets. So that whole box, depending on how deep we get in there, that for me is a long trade. I will update you on Twitter if I take the long trade. It's starting off, okay, let's be conservative. It's starting off from just under 3,000, and I want to have it then at and around that box, which will be around 2,800. We also have the golden pocket just underneath, but that is already a little bit deeper into the retracement. If we put it all the way underneath this low, nah, that's too ugly. So that is already a bit deep in the retracement. if we would backtest this value area high where we also have not done, that would also be a little bit more bearish, and you also then retracing more than golden pocket. So this, I think, for now is the best scenario. We could also just get a little bit of a liquidity grab, and this is then going to be a little bit more aggressive. It really depends on how price is going to react once we reach that level, and that is that we do something a bit more local. So I'm putting the fib like this, and you're just going to take out some of the liquidity, not everything. So this here stays intact till approximately 3,000, and eventually price is coming down, then hitting that 3,000 level, which is also of course psychologically a round number, so there will be a lot of stops, maybe we even dip slightly low and then get higher. That number will be defended 100%. That is just how market works. Round numbers are always being defended and being attacked. If you go up, doesn't matter if that's stocks, if that is futures, if that is crypto, big round numbers is always important to note. So if we would get back to approximately 3,000, that also now lines up with the golden pocket. Beautiful, we're taking out the liquidity, everything above 3,000, and then hitting that long trade golden pocket. That would also be super nice. That is the next long trade that I'm looking for. So I'm gonna put this here, and the stop loss also here, it needs to be locally, alright? So maybe it is then right here at the value area low that we're retesting, or it is even a bit more aggressive. This is a little bit of a harder trade probably to get into, because it can be pretty volatile around this level. Like I said, 3,000 will be defended. So you can see wicks, bears will be trying to push the price lower. Bulls are buying up like crazy because they feel like if 3,000 is lost, then eventually we will dump much lower. So you can see quite some aggressive buying and selling here going on. So there will be most likely some wicks once we reach that level before we go higher. These for now are the two most important longs that I'm looking for. If you want to be very aggressive and you want to be scalping, you can. Let me just move this out of the way. You get the idea. I'm just quickly gonna put it in like this. So something like this. Yeehaw. And then eventually higher. You could be very aggressive with scalping, and that is that if we make a significant low like this, that we SFP it and then to go higher. But you can do that here, here, and here. Like I said, this is very aggressive because we have all of these lows, we have all of that liquidity. So I'm not sure if that will give you a good risk reward, because it is very easy for price then to just move up 0.2, 0.3, 0.4%, and bam, then smashing down again, and a little bit up and smashing down again until you hit a critical level. So yes, you could be scalping, but try to be very careful, minimize your risk in that, and then just wait more for key levels, because here there's not really a key level. There's nothing here than just market structure and just some liquidity underneath. But what I just pointed out, the 3,000 and then that value area low from the bigger range just underneath 3,000, and then that whole box which you could have seen that was a huge support and resistance back here, and that now of course I hope is flipping, so that will be the most perfect. But like I said, I've actually, the way market is setting up right now, I don't think that we will get such a deep retracement. So I'm looking out for something like this. If I will take an S&P trade from one of the lows that we're taking, because I do maybe see something very good, let's say a lot of longs are coming in, or I see a good buy up, if I see bullish divergences on my indicators, then of course I will post it on Twitter and I will share it with you. So right here you probably need to be a little bit aggressive, but for now I'm looking at these most important trades that I just pointed out to you. Targets, again, it is the highs that I just pointed out, and eventually then a new all-time high. One last thing I want to show you is the Ethereum ETF. Is an ETF? Yes, there is. You don't hear a whole lot about it, but there is an ETF, and the inflow on the ETF has been quite substantial in the last couple of days. Therefore, I'm also said to you a couple times, I'm so incredibly bullish on this. I still think it has a lot to go. You can see now there's a steady inflow. There's also some rumors that some entities are having ETH on their balance, but there's no proof yet. But they're saying that they want to have some exposure to ETH and not only BTC. That will be also major. So exciting times. Keep an eye on an ETH if case you're also trading alts, because this will also be the leader for the alts. If once you see a dump on ETH, then the alts will come along with it, and probably a bit more ferocious. If you see this slowly going up again, then I think your other alt trades will also be good. I am soon also going to upload more videos about other altcoins. If you have any good requests, please let me know in the comments. I will be more than happy to look into them, and I will try to upload a video about them. If you have any questions regarding this, regarding anything else, then please also just let me know in the comments. I will try to respond as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think this is useful. And of course, feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both of those links you'll find in the description. See you guys very soon again in the next video. Bye bye.